Okay, this is a brief tutorial on how to use the 3D printing software, Matter Control. This is not CAD software, so let me start with that. This is not going to allow you to make changes as far as structural changes to your three-dimensional objects. You can copy them, we can rotate them, but that's about it. You're not going to be able to really manipulate any of the faces or dimensions. So, with that in mind, let me go ahead and do this real quick. I'll show you what it's going to look like when the software comes up. Let me remove all these. Okay, this is what it's going to look like. The colors may vary slightly, but this is the software that is for the 3D printer, the Robo 3D printer. So we're going to add our file. So this is to assume that you've already saved your STL file onto a flash drive, and you're going to put it onto the software to print. So we're going to go to the bottom left and do add. We're going to locate by navigating to our flash drive, and in my case I've got some things already pulled up. We're going to go, let me grab a couple different ones, add to queue. So this is a microphone holder, and what I'm doing is you're going to put it out here. It will put it on the work plane. You can zoom in and out with the scroll button on your mouse. You're checking to make sure that it's called what is called watertight. You want to make sure that there's no big gaps. This one's a little close here, but we're going to let that go through. It's probably going to break off, but you don't want seams in between things. You want them to be good and welded together. You also want them to be on the work plane so that I can see no light between the bottom surface and the work plane. So let me add another one too, just to look. Give you guys another idea. Let's see, we'll put in Daniel's Lego. Actually, this one's better. Add to queue. Okay, so here is another example. This is a Lego. Again, I'm just checking to make sure that it's watertight. There's no gaps in between the cylinders and the rectangles here, or the rectangular prisms. And it adds it to our queue. So now we can swap back and forth between the two. So even if someone is currently printing, you should be able to add to that queue and put yours in line. All right, now that we have our item in, let's say we're going to print the Lego. If you just hit print, there's a good chance that things aren't going to work out for you. Okay, so we need to make sure the settings are right. So we're going to go to settings and controls right here. And your quality will be set to default or to probably medium or low. This is fine. I would just leave it on a low quality for what we're doing. And don't worry about your settings. This is your fill density, is how dense it's going to be. Unless you're making a part that is really, really rigid, we don't need to change much. So don't worry about those too much. This is what's important right here. Your material. We have PLA plastic. So you want to make sure it says PLA. This is for any of the colors, the red, blue, green, black. If you look at the side of the spool, and you'll probably just have to ask or know for sure which one you're using, we're going to use PLA most of the time in here. Okay, PLA has a lower melting point. It's a little easier to work with, a little more flexible, and it's a renewable resource. So it is made from bamboo and sugarcane. So now that we have our PLA set, this is going to go ahead and determine all of our presets for us. So what was important was this PLA. So you can take a look at these others, target temp and everything. If you want to go ahead and preheat the bed, you can. If you want to preheat the extruder and the bed at the same time, that's fine. This allows you movement of your machine. If you just need to move it around the gantry, that's fine too. Don't need anything in the configuration settings. So the main thing we were concerned with was converting this to PLA. Make sure it says PLA. Then you can go back and you can print. Okay. It's going to say print at the bottom. Mine is currently not connected. Yours will be, and you can hit print, and it will start your print. Okay. As for loading the machine, I'll be creating another video showing you how to load the machine up and be pretty comprehensive on that. So just watch for that. All right, this should get you to the point where you can hit print on the screen and hopefully have your item out and ready to go.